How in the world did you? Hey, Will! How in the world did you come in here? Let me just first apologize to everybody. Thank you guys so much. Y'all know it's your girl. It's your girl. It's your girl. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm late. Let me tell you guys what happened, right? So first and foremost, big shout out to my sister, my girl, Pastor Danielle Brown, pastor of Shiloh Baptist Church in Plainfield, New Jersey on 4th Street. She right now got the one and only Dr. Cynthia Hale up in the building. They having a ladies' night. So I said to myself, what I'm going to do is before going to the radio station, I am going to support my girl, go to support Pastor Danielle. I even texted her, said, hey, Pooh, guess what? I got to be out 8 o'clock because I got to go to the station. But what ended up happening? I wanted Starbucks. So it's no secret. I love Starbucks, right? I love Starbucks. We all know this. I love Starbucks. Oh, I don't want you guys to hear that part. So I love Starbucks. And what ends up happening, hey, Leisha, thank you for joining. So I love Starbucks. And how about what aggravated me the most is that I went to 2 different Starbucks. And guess what? Both of them was closed. And so now I'm late getting on the air, not because, and Willie's looking like, you got to be kidding me. Will, it's not my fault. I am the whole victim here today. I'm the victim, Will. Big shout out to you, girl. That's my best friend in Dallas, Willie Mae Johnson. Hi, Will. So I'm really upset because I was craving Starbucks. Everybody knows Tiffany's favorite Starbucks is the caramel macchiato with extra caramel. And I get it as a grande, but now I have elevated and decided to start getting ventis. And you can thank my old boss, Mike, because he would always say, Tiff, go to Starbucks and get me a venti. And so I would do a venti latte for Mike. And now I am a venti caramel macchiato with what kind of caramel? Extra caramel. And what happened? I couldn't get it tonight. I was craving it all day and said, you want to go get some Starbucks? You want some Starbucks? Let's get some Starbucks. And what ends up happening?
They don't believe you.
I don't.
They said this is the second time you was late, and he looked like the same person from last time. They try and blame me. That's why I'm keeping the lokes on.
Listen, Alicia was texting me.
I'm keeping the lokes on. They are not going to blame me.
Alicia was texting me like,
I'm nervous
you
with
are
loyalties.
late. Shanice texted me, where are you? Norm was like, yo, Tiff, you got people in the Zoom. I said, but guess what? It wasn't my fault. Starbucks was closed. I went to 2 different Starbucks and they closed. Why is this? Why were they like that? What? Why? I feel cheated. I feel like I was bamboozled. I was ready for Starbucks, and I love their Madeleines. You know, the little Madeleines. I wanted that. Or who would have known if they didn't have any Madeleines, I could have got the lemon cake or the banana. And either way that you look at it, I could not get Starbucks, and now my entire shondo is shifted, and I got to get my spirit right. But Jay, it's good to see you, fat ass.
You got the app though.
I know, but I didn't check the app. Oh, did you come with a post-it? Wait.
Don't blame Starbucks.
My gosh.
Corporations? We blaming corporations?
Wait a minute.
That's what we doing now? She don't blame a corporation.
Wait
Accountability, Tiffany.
Wait a minute. I'm devastated.
Accountability.
Because Norm knows I use Post-its for everything. Whenever Norm would do his head-to-head hits and I was going against everybody, or if something was super good because we all had to stay muted, I would grab a Post-it because, you know, if I got something to say, I got to get it out. So I would get a Post-it and be like this. And Alicia would say, it would be like, you and them Post-its. I would have Post-its everywhere. Then I said, you know what? Then one time, I went beyond the Post-it and got a big poster board. Wait a second. Oh, my gosh. So I'm kind of like in my feelings right now. Wait, you said I sound like a Starbucks junkie. Yeah, you get a clap for that. I'm not in denial. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yo, you done laid down some fly stuff, though. I don't know none of it. Light and sweet.
That's all you know is the light and sweet. No.
Slurpees and white.
No, you don't understand. Starbucks is life. And the things that they have, you're not going to get anywhere else. at all.
What they got?
Everything. They have, honestly, if you've never had a Starbucks grilled cheese sandwich, you are losing out.
Ain't nobody going to Starbucks for no grilled cheese.
Why not?
They don't even have grills. Like,
wait, don't do that.
All they got is coffee.
No. Starbucks is more than just coffee.
And Wi-Fi. It ain't nothing but coffee and Wi-Fi.
Wait.
Little high price Dunkin' Donuts. That's all it is.
Whoa. Put a pause. Wait. Oh, Norm put up another poster saying he's going to pray for me.
Yo.
Wait a minute. Norm.
Put the hands up. You got to give it a... And that's the prayer hand, right? That's what they do. When they get it with the...
Love you, Norm.
Yo.
I'm devastated, though. You got to... I'm telling you, one day... Why don't we do that one day? Let's go to Starbucks and have a Starbucks experience. It's a whole experience. You get more than a Wi-Fi. Starbucks is more than just coffee. And I'm not trying to be funny.
Tonight's show is sponsored by who? Who is it? I'm like, yo, you going to give them the blame and they going to sponsor. What they doing?
Niecy, I see you, what Denise. Listen, you're going to try a Starbucks grilled cheese sandwich. You want to know why?
Why?
Because as a model... Wait, as a model, when you bite into that sandwich and that cheese just starts stretching, do you know what that's going to do? That's going to enhance. I feel the Holy Ghost. That's going to enhance your career.
Don't put the Holy Ghost in the cheese. How you gonna do that?
Willie, can you say something? Where's Shanice? Nene, are you on here, Nene? Can somebody please co-sign with me and for me? I feel like I'm in this fight by myself. You are. But I shouldn't be, though.
Nobody speaks fluent Starbucks. That's in here. None of the loyalties, none of us. We don't. We don't know what you're talking about right now.
I'm super sorry to hear that.
We all are light and sweet people.
I'm super sorry to hear that, too.
We all make our grilled cheese with butter.
Listen,
and put it in a heavy iron skillet, like the black one.
Starbucks,
that skillet be real.
Grilled cheese, the cheese is this thick.
We grew up off that. We don't want that no more.
We didn't. No, yes, we do. Will, what do you have to say, Will? Big shout out to my girl, Willie Mae. Hey, Willie!
Oh, this hot.
It is kind of hot. Oh, there's the fan right there. So listen to this, y'all. Willie's going to be joining us tonight because our topic tonight is love, locked, and learning. And learning. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Love, lock, and learning. Hey, Reese. Big shout out to everybody that's right now trying to jump on the check-in because I'm late. I'm so sorry. Again, I think you guys should write Starbucks a letter and tell them they need to reimburse me for gas because I was driving all over the place. And Starbucks, because of their level of elite, who they are, elite activities, eliteness.
Don't lean this way like I'm a co-sign with you.
I think you should. And at the end of the day, what should happen is I should be reimbursed.
Reimbursed? You ain't put no money out.
I used gas, Nene. I used gas driving up and down 22, and I couldn't make it to the opposite side of 22 because it was too far already. And Norm was already like doing me a favor. I already said, "Oh, Norm, you know what? I'm gonna go run to Starbucks and da-da-da-da."
But you gonna pick him something up from Starbucks?
I asked because I'm a lady.
He don't know what to order from Starbucks either.
He just said no. Why wouldn't he?
Don't nobody know what to get from Starbucks.
Why is that? Dunkin' Donuts is a problem.
Light and sweet.
That's the problem. No. And their croissants
Starbucks don't even have commercials.
Yes, they do.
Wait. Can we put a pause on it for a second?
They got commercials?
You know why you won't need a commercial from Starbucks? Because I'm about to break it down.
Y'all think about it. When y'all seen the Starbucks commercial for real?
When do you guys see a Bentley commercial for real? At the end of the day, the brand speaks for itself. So it doesn't need a commercial. It can just sun on them just for being who they are. You don't see no Bentley commercial. You barely see a Lexus GS commercial. At the end of the day, you don't see certain things. You don't see commercials from Maseratis. You want to know why? Because they're in a class by themselves. That's why you will not see no Starbucks commercial, because they're in a class by themselves. And Dunkin' Donuts, because Dunkin' can't compare and because they're probably just Dunkin', at the end of the day.
Hold on now.
You call them a Chrysler 300? That's what you trying to do? They look like the Bentley, but they ain't real? What you say?
No, wait a minute.
Y'all know when them Chrysler 300, when they came out, they look like them Bentleys. What you trying to say?
Like baby Bentleys. But at the end of the day,
they infants.
You see Dunkin' Donuts commercials everywhere. Why? Because they try to bring people in. Starbucks don't have to try to bring people in. People just going to show up just because of the name.
Did you put prayer in there? Mm-hmm. Try to pray people in? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, Will. Hey, Nene. Who else is on here? I can't see who's on here and who's not. Let me see where y'all at. Hold up 1 second. Oh, Alicia's coming on. Yay! So, listen. But here's what we're going to do.
They mad at you. All the loyalties is like, what is the problem?
Listen, you know what the crazy part is? When was the last time the loyalties was like really, really up here like this?
They was worried about you.
Is that what it is?
They said this is the second time within about 5 weeks.
Right.
What is going on?
And okay, so the last time it was my fault because I should have stopped to get gas. We all know that I was driving. Willie, you already know. I was talking about you last week. Matter of fact, when I was talking about you, remember when back in the day, Will? I was saying back in the day when it was only like 2 years ago, when you could go to a gas station and have like $1, $2 on your card, and then you can fill it up. They don't play that no more. Now you go there and say fill it up. They stop it at the amount that's on your card.
Cut it off.
You know what I think about that? I don't think that's fair.
It's not.
I don't think that's fair at all. I don't think that's fair. It's not fair at all. I think it's horrible. I think we all get gypped. I think, yeah, Niecy, I think it's true too. Hey, Tracy Beckford, all the way from Orlando. How are you? So listen, tell me where you guys are at. You know how we normally start off. I just had to get all of that out of my system before Shanice comes up with her. Nene, what you got? You got some good stuff today? But what had happened was?
Excuse me real quick.
Oh, shoot. Leisha, what you got going on? Where is Leisha?
Okay. First, I told you I'm in the bed waiting for you to get from Starbucks. I came on here to tell you. I already texted you and told you I have to go to bed at 9:30. Mm-hmm. You sitting on here half the show talking about Starbucks.
But you need to understand why.
I've never had Starbucks, nothing.
I am devastated. Nothing. You know what? I would expect that from a Tina Marie person. I would expect that from a Tina Marie fan. It makes sense. The anger, the rage. I would be upset too if I knew she couldn't sing. And I'm so sorry that you really believe that she's a great. She sounds horrible. I'm not. I think she was probably a great person. God, may the Lord bless her soul. I'm so sorry she passed away, but she died saved. That you know what the word say, y'all. The word says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So I'm sure she's just sleeping right now until that great glorious day. But for the most part,
that is the most praiseful shade I ever heard in my life.
I totally agree.
You hear that? Like. You just took Bible paper and just covered her whole body with it. Like, what kind of shade are you going?
She can't sing. At the end of the day, it doesn't negate the fact. Do I get a point for negate?
You get a point for negate.
It doesn't negate the fact.
Fire and desire.
No, I liked Rick James' voice on that. I did not like hers.
And she firm biz,
now,
right?
I thought Square Biz.
See, that's what I'm saying. The remix.
I like Square Biz. Yep. Now the thing is, I like Square Biz because that's a good roller skating song. But in the same breath. What's that? I hate it. Just us two. I'm like, oh my God! Somebody pull the plug on.
We're not talking about the hate. We already see his hate from the gate. Like we just talking about. She called you a Tina Marie fan.
She's a Tina fan. That. Yeah, Tina does. Tina makes my shondo not sit well. So, Leisha, for the sake of Alicia, what you got going on right now, Leisha? I love you, Leisha. Let me clap it up for my girls. This one here is super duper loyal. Got to get up 4:45 in the morning, and she is on here. Okay, so we're gonna make it quick. Nene, where you at?
I'm here, boo.
What you got going on with what had happened was?
Okay, what had happened is this. Okay, hold on. I got to go back to my screen. Okie dokie. Bill Cosby was found liable for sexual battery case. And he has to pay, I think it's what?
Nene, where your camera at? You got your camera off. You leaving it on?
Yeah, it's a bad hair day.
Okay. Okay.
He has to pay $500,000 in damages. This case happened. He assaulted this young lady back in 1970, and she was 16 at the Playboy Mansion. I just want to know, why was she at the Playboy Mansion at 16?
Yeah, that's a problem. Where were her parents?
That's an issue.
Upstairs.
With listen.
Also, right. 50 migrant workers died in a truck. They were crossing the border, and they said that they were coming from Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras. And they were apparently the truck did have the air conditioning part on the front of it, but it wasn't on.
No. So how does nobody feel that? I'm like totally confused. I'm super confused. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. I have a lot of Niecy. I like Tina too. I'm praying, Niecy. We were good friends. I still want to be your friend though. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry. But yeah, so even with that, I think, that's a hard call. That's a hard situation. I'm not doing this. That's a hard situation because at the end of the day, everyone tries to come over here, and I know that it takes a long time for papers and all of that, and it's sad that that they have to die that way, But
exactly.
With that situation, and being growing up in Texas or what have you, with situations like that. It takes a lot for them to even try to get documents because, for one, they're coming over undocumented.
Right.
And two, they're running from, everything that's going over there and trying to survive. So they come into Texas to have a better life, but they're put in positions and they know the outcome. They know exactly what they're putting themselves at risk. When they you don't know if you're going to survive through that running.
Well, you think they're prepared for that? Like when they take that chance that they got their mind made up, like I could really die?
I think to a certain extent. I think they're hopeful that they'll make it and hopefully not get deported back. But for the most part, they're hopeful that they can just get out of harm's way from where they are. Because from what the stories that I've heard, being in Texas and working in Texas for so long, is that once they are there in Mexico, you don't have that many choices. You either work for the cartel or you don't, or you die pretty much. And they're looking at survival. But when they're packed trucks, there's no ventilation there. There's nothing for them to be able to breathe. So they're just trying to get away. And, I get it. They want freedom. And, as they say, America is the land of the free. As they say, America is the land of the free. And this is what they hope for, is just to be able to come here and survive, work, and send money back home to the family members that are not fortunate enough to be able to take care of themselves. So it's a sad story. It's a sad story for those as they try to continue to come over, because there are some good Hispanics that are there.
Oh, well, Shanice is going to like that you said Hispanics, because I would have just came out and just said, Mexicans.
Yes, and I always have to,
She's always correcting me. She's like, Tiffany, how do you know they're Mexican? I'm like, I know they're Mexican.
Well, in Texas, it would make sense saying Mexican because if we're talking about coming across the border.
Right, but
I wouldn't. In Texas,
it's predominantly Mexican. You're not going to see Puerto Ricans like that in
Texas.
No, but you'll see people from not just Mexico, Honduras, like the people in the story. They have a lot of crime, like Willie was saying. They have a lot of crime, and they flee these countries.
Let me tell you something. It's funny you said that. And Will, when I lived out there, I know somebody who was married and beautiful kids, and she was legal. Her husband was not. And she said that she was very fearful because he might get deported back to Mexico. And she said, I'm scared because if he gets deported, I'll never see him again. I'm scared something's going to happen to him. And the Mexican news outlets, they show raw footage. I mean, you see the bodies in the street. You've seen babies stuffed with bags of cocaine. I don't understand how this even happens. And these are human lives, but it's sad.
Yeah, we have so much to be thankful for.
Girl, we do. So listen, I want to run something by you guys real quick. So what had happened was I read something today that shifted my shondo. Here's the question. Here's the question. This woman, somebody posted a video, and then we're going to go into the topic. Somebody posted a video, and I need you guys on Facebook. You tell me what you guys think. Somebody posted a video of this woman. Her baby daddy was coming to the house to give food for her son. Did y'all see this video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the baby daddy came to the house to drop off food for her child. She got told of 3 kids. She only got 1 child with the kid father. So the kid's father drops off the food, and she goes off and like literally blacks out on him and is like, how you going to sit up here and not bring food for my other kids? I got 3 kids. How you not bringing food for all 3 of my kids? And so, he over there, take a sip. So the question was, should the man have bought enough food for the woman's other children? I responded and said he absolutely should not. And I'm not saying that and when I said that, I said it from the sense where he's not obligated to. I'm not saying it from the sense where, you know, 'cause at the end of the day, if I'm dealing with somebody and I know they got, Will can testify to this. I was dealing with somebody who had 4 kids from the same woman when I lived in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. I would help out all 4 of them. I don't even care. But I guess it's from the same woman. I guess that doesn't even count. But if I'm dealing with somebody who has like multiple children, can I be honest with you about something? Just the kind of person I am, I might just be like, here's enough for everybody. But he's not obligated to. And I think the way she came off was like, this was something that he should have done. He's not obligated to take care of the other kids. And so I wanted to throw that out there real quick, like with what had happened was, because I think she was out of order for screaming at him for wanting to just do for his child. Am I wrong for saying that?
Nope, not wrong at all. So my question to that is,
look at your face, Nene. Hold on 1 second, because Fat Lace look ready.
Yo, we got a lot of pressure, you know, as men. Like, we gotta buy all y'all friends drinks if we at the bar. Like, it's 4 y'all, and we just can't ask if you're thirsty. We gotta buy 4 shots for everybody a Patron, Casamigos, or something like that. You know, I'm like, so let alone the kids. Yo, it's pressure for us. We gotta step up and do more than what was on our itinerary. We just wanted to look. That's my kid right there. Want to give him a Happy Meal. The price done went up with them Happy Meals.
Came by to drop a meal off for my son.
Toys ain't even as good, and now we got to get them same ones for everybody.
Kids are happy now, which is positive.
What was the ages of the kids?
Because
the appetites, you know, they could have had an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 2.
I didn't even think about that.
That 2-year-old and 18-year-old ain't the same, you know, appetite. Salt, pepper, ketchup, you know, chicken cheesesteak or something like that. That does not equal, you know, little Gerber. Well, whatever they had to get for the little baby kids. You just never know. So what were the ages of the kids? Because the price range it varies.
I don't know. I wish I could find
Should have got a White Castle sack. That White Castle sack.
But White Castle is expensive. As quiet as it's kept, I think that they're expensive. The little burgers like $1.39 for one. Remember back in the day when McDonald's, the number 3 used to be $2.99, and with tax it was $3.17. That was the 2 cheeseburgers. You get a drink and a fry. How is it that White Castle, one burger is a...
Did White Castle touch your soul just now? You just felt that White Castle, yo. Something about that White Castle. Y'all act like it ain't fast food for real, like.
But they have the best mozzarella sticks ever.
I heard.
They got the best mozzarella sticks. All right, Nene, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to having you talk about some good stuff again next week. So
yes, next week if we're on time, I can do my whole segment.
Oh my Jesus, yes, ma'am.
All right, let me jump in here real quick. You guys have a wonderful night.
I love you, Lisa.
You too.
Thank you. I have to be at Goodyear in the morning making these tires so y'all can roll around for the holidays.
Come on here. Hey, I might need to give you a call just to support and just say, Leisha, can you send me some tires for my boo? Thank you. My boo's name is Bossy.
I can send you my discount number.
That's why I love you. We're going to just clap it up for you because you know what? I love you, Nisha. You know you my girl.
Yo, you
Yeah, I
got a
know.
tire
I'm getting ready to
hookup.
send you Tina Marie CDs.
The blood.
and vibe.
I bind that
Square
thing
biz.
up. Oh, love you. Bye.
Fire and desire.
Oh, frigga.
Rick, come on with the love.
Yeah.
You thought I was gonna sing?
I really did.
Nah,
I was ready.
don't do that.
He said, don't do that. So y'all ready to go in? So we talking about love with my girl Willie, locked and learning. So here's what happened. Will, were me and you in a conversation? Was it me and you talking? Where you at, Will?
Yeah.
Me and Willie were talking, and when we were talking about relationships. First of all, me and Willie talk about relationships all of the time. And the reason why we talk about relationships is because Willie is married. She's a beautiful girl. Willie and I have been friends since I moved to Texas in 2006. 2006. And we clicked from day one. From day one, we just clicked. And the one thing about me and Willie, we're just love. We know love. We love love. We can sense love. We know how to create love. We know how to make stuff happen and bring a crazy situation and bring it into a loving atmosphere, right? So we talked about relationships, and we just started talking like, why are people afraid to get into relationships? Because if you realize that, okay, is Nene still on here? Nene, where you at? Your boo just dropped you.
Continue though. All in all.
What?
That's why we don't want to love. We don't want everybody in our love because people like you trying to get me and Nene up out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least you feel it's like, come on, like.
Where did Nene go?
Don't worry about it. She texted me already. I was just hitting her up. Like, she's good.
Letting you know, like, listen, you need to come back on. And
She's
me.
good.
Oh, my bad. You better go
I
ahead
stand up for mine.
You better go ahead and check me. You better go ahead and check me and go ahead and
Talk
stand up
about
for
my
yours.
Nene.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. My bad.
Continue.
So, why is it that people are scared to be in relationships? What is it? If you have something, and I forgot what we were talking about or who we were talking about, when a situation, if somebody is in a good thing, they're not like, people date or people will be engaged for like 10 years. I don't understand it. If you know that you got something good and it's worth keeping, why are people afraid to lock down? And so I explained, I said it last night on the way to Connecticut. Relationships are like babies. When you get pregnant and have a new child, it's trial and error. You learn going along the way. You don't know everything up front. And especially because of the past relationships that I'm sure we have all had some jacked up relationships, but the last relationship doesn't dictate. The relationship before that doesn't dictate. I had somebody in my family that said that, how did she word it? You give people the benefit of the doubt too much. Told me this years ago. I had an ex who, when I say that's my homie, that's my ace. This was my high school sweetheart. Me and him are like this. And
I went to the prom?
No.
We heard what happened to your prom.
I wasn't nice to. He was throwing my tapes out the window. I got upset and I just left him. So I can't friggin'. Yeah. And then that he deserved to be treated the way he did. But anyway, that prom date. So my ex, my high school sweetheart, had told me, I was sharing a situation I was in with a relationship. I said, I just need a level-headed man's opinion. What do you think about this? His first response to me was, Niv, you always been too nice. I'm like, but what is too nice? And this is, you're a man. I need a definition for this. You can help me out. You can help me with my life because I need to know what is too nice. If a man wants a nice woman, wants somebody who ain't no drama, Willie, that's why she got a good man right now. Willie waited. And at the end, go ahead and throw it up. I see it. Go ahead and throw it up. I know it. And that man loved the ground and socks that she got. You hear me? So I don't understand. If it's somebody that's nice if no drama, it's never no issues. Why belabor? I get a point for belabor. Why belabor?
I don't even, when you said belabor, I know be loud, switch again, and what's belabor?
Why belabor the whole relationship thing? Why are people scared? I can't see me being engaged for 10 years. I know people that are in relationships for like, what, a year, and engaged by the end of the year and preparing a marriage.
And divorce after 3.
But then I know someone who was engaged met somebody, was with someone for 6 months and been married for over 20 plus years.
I know a woman who dunked basketball. How rare was that one?
Okay. Let me say something.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
No, you're not.
I am confused.
No, you're not. Women just want something that's not really the norm of success.
I don't understand that, because what's the norm of success?
Do you not understand it, or you do not like what happens? I'm not saying yo,
right?
Person. Well, I'm saying you. I'm next to you. I'm just saying but see, you've been married.
I've been married.
You've been married, but I'm saying, like, hold on. She had something she had to say before let's go.
Finished on, but I know where you were going with that. What happens with situations like that? First off, with
your nails are dope, Will. Okay, go ahead.
And the earrings.
I'm sorry.
I said, and your earrings.
I said your nails are dope.
Yeah, you styling on
your
them.
earrings.
That's what you're doing.
Oh, that's what's up. Power to the people all day.
The nails is dope. Word up.
You see him, right? But you should listen. This I told her she need to be a stylist. Her and Shanice could dress her behind off too. And Shantae, they just like super.
Don't take away her points.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
about
to get there.
Go ahead, Will. Sorry.
So with these long relationships, these commitments, people are comfortable with who they're with at that time, and it's so hard for them to go outside of that relationship, because the person that they're with, they know who they are. They're very familiar with all of their ways, all their antics, just so it's familiar to them and it's comfortable. Whether or not if they decide to get married, that's on them. One, because they allowed the situation to happen, and they've accepted the fact that, we may get married, we may not, or I'm just engaged. Those people that have those type of long relationships, they're afraid to step out and try something new, because they don't know what new looks like, because it's convenient to be with someone that they're most familiar with. Regardless if they argue every day, they're familiar with that type of setting. So going into a new relationship, and if that person doesn't argue back and forth with them, they don't know what to do. It's chaos to them that a person wants to treat them a nice way, or be a king to them and treat them like a queen, because they're used to something so chaotic. They'll rather take the chaos over something that's going to be as simple as being happy and being loved genuinely, the way you're supposed to be loved, like a queen, the way your king is supposed to treat you, the way the queen is supposed to treat the king. So now, relationships, first and foremost, you really need to know if that person is like-minded. What I mean by that, you guys need to make sure that you're on the same page by wanting the same thing. Going into relationships, if you want to be married, you desire to be a wife, you need to make sure that that person that you're going to connect with, that's going to have your heart, because souls do tie. They do tie once you get committed in extracurricular activities. And we're trying to find our way. But once you get into those situations, you need to know that this person wants the same thing. He wants to be a husband. When you know that, because he's going to let you know. He's going to let you know up front. He's going to let you know. And your heart is going to be able to see that. And genuinely, you guys are going to connect. And you're going to become a union. I love my husband with all my being. I love everything about him. First, he's my friend. He has an amazing relationship with God. He does everything in order. And when I see that, and as that scripture says, he created us in his own image, I see God when I see him. So I look at him and I pray for him harder because of the situations as him as a Black man trying to be outside of the walls of home. I pray that he make it home daily, because some of those days are not for a lot of the Black men. So one thing as Black women, we have to continue to lift up that Black men so they know that they are loved. One of the reasons why a lot of women say black men are no good and they can't find a man is because we've been hurt, pinched, and trampled on by other situations. Now we're putting it all on that man. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to take what you've given him and react to that. But if you respond and react to him differently by showing him he is a king, that, you know, regardless if you fall, I'm going to lift you up. You're going to be okay. I'm going to support you 100%. That's when black men feel like they have more hope. Now, tell me if I'm right, Norm. I mean, if you want somebody like that that's going to lift you up and push you, that's the goal as far as having longevity too, whether it's a marriage or a great friendship with a friend, with a female.
Yeah, you know what, Will? That's what you just gave like a mouthful. And I wish Norm was in here to hear that. But he's online. But you just gave a mouthful.
Yo.
And I don't even know what to say.
Nah, that was dope right there.
It's a learning experience. I've learned, Tiffany, I learned from you. I remember when you were married and how you were with your marriage. I watched you with that. And, you know, I was hardcore. If a dude couldn't do me right, peace. I'm not even trying to hear that. If you ain't talking about anything real, she used to tell me all the time, you act like a dude. I don't have time. If you're not talking about something real, and something where we can go forward with, or we can elevate each other, or we can go higher. How are we growing? We're not growing. We're taking away from each other, and it's a waste of energy. And who wants to be in that type of energy? So you have to be in a setting to your circle too. So helps. If you don't have the right type of circle with you and the direction that you're going, that can be a situation all by itself. Because single women and married women are in two different mindsets.
They are at times. And what happens, what I have seen from observance, I'm not married yet, but what I do see and what I have spoken to some of my friends, you got the married woman, she won. She got the prize. And that single woman is trying to steal your prize. And I'm seeing these married women forgetting that they have a prize at home. Not you. First of all, because I see the nails. For nails like that, it would not be you. You know, I'm just letting you know. Y'all have the biggest trophy at home. And it smells very good. It smells like success. It smells like what one of them other words that I'm not married, so I couldn't tell you what the word is. But they are on the hunt. The single women are on the hunt for your trophy. Protect your trophy.
Let me tell you.
Sex your trophy. Do what you got to do to keep that trophy. Because they are coming.
Listen.
They are coming. And if you don't protect your trophy, the MVP next year will be somebody else.
Well, did I not have that situation? Because I'm going to be honest with you. When I was married, Dwayne was a great person. He was a sweetheart of a person. All day, all he would say, golly, dog, Tiff, what you doing? I mean, you know, Dwayne was a good dude. Now, I have made it clear that I probably should have waited because he was a good friend. And I've said this to you, that he was a good friend, but he was different as a husband. And sometimes people, at the end of the day, let me revert back to what I was getting ready to say. Dwayne is very friendly, right? Oh, I hit something on a thing. Okay, so Dwayne is was very friendly. And he was a reverend, was on radio, worked for ABC Radio. He
was that dude. Say he was that dude. He was that dude and women was checking for him. It's not because a reason why I'm saying this because I have seen women acting like, yo, you're not married to that dude. No, you're married to that dude. Act like you got that dude you want.
Let me tell you something.
And everyone else sees you're married to that dude. You better protect that trophy.
What? Let me tell you something. I knew what Dwayne's weak spot was.
He was ticklish.
No, not ticklish. You're so stupid.
No, go ahead. It was weak spot.
He said he was ticklish. But the way, is that how we doing? We pausing? Oh, you see that flex? No, so wait. Dwayne was a worshiper, and his radio show was all gospel. So And I've told this story. Will, remember this? One night, he was on the air, and there was another. You see Willie shaking her head? He was on the air, and another female was on. And I felt the Holy Ghost at the house. I felt it, right? And so at the end of the call, at the of the show, Dwayne was like, he said, "We're going to stay here in this place of worship." I looked at my phone like, "Oh no, you not. You coming home." Because if I know that that's your weak spot, and you got, and then she was on the other end. She was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna worship," with her sweet voice having self. And I said, "Oh no, we ain't doing this." I text him. I said, "You on your way? You coming home?" I'm on my way. I'm like, "Okay, worship is over. You come home and worship with your wife. I'll give you something to worship about." So next thing you know it, because Will, you know I brag on my stuff. I'll brag on how I am as a wife. I have no problem brag. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just put it out there. Nobody can touch me. I'm just gonna say that. At the end of the day, I will brag on all of me easily. What you see? He put his head. He just laughing.
I'm laughing.
But let me tell you what happened. 5 o'clock in the morning. Will, remember that text message? 5 o'clock in the morning, Dwayne's phone's going off. And I'm like, who keeps texting him every morning around 5 o'clock in the morning? So I didn't trip at first until I said, "Dwayne, who is blowing up your phone 5 o'clock in the morning?" He said, "Oh, babe, don't worry about it. It's her. But here's why. Because she's a pharmacist, so she has to be up early. So all she's doing is sending me scripture and word. She's just letting me know this is the word. This
Bible pimping.
What? Listen, I said you respond back to her. Let her know I'm your first ministry, and on top of that, to stop texting you at 5 in the morning scriptures, because like I've said." Early in the morning, most men are at their peak. That's why at the end of the day, where's the lie? Where's the lie? For early in the morning, men are up early in the morning.
True.
I'm not stupid. And so I told him to tell her. He didn't tell her. She keeps on texting. I said, "Dwayne, you need to let her know. Because if not, it might just turn into something. Don't worry, I'm going to let her know. Just, tell her don't talk anymore. Don't text me this early, because my wife don't want you to text us." I said, "Yeah, let her know that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just disrespectful." She kept texting. So I figured he either didn't tell her or she's ignoring what I'm asking. So I said, somebody ain't doing something. I went online, printed out her address. And so I said, at this time I went to the store. And forgot to take the print thing with me. Dwayne comes in the house. I get home later. Dwayne said, "Tiff, come here. Come here, Tiff." I said, "Dwayne, what's wrong?" "Yo, you was going to her house? What's wrong?" I said, "Somebody ain't listening to me." So I figured you either not giving the instruction or maybe I just need to have a one-on-one conversation with her. And that was it. He said, "I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'll let her know." Period. Let me tell you something. You best believe Dwayne would not want no man texting me 5 o'clock in the morning. Because he's going to be like, what man is texting you 5 o'clock in the morning for what? If I know that if somebody knows, that's why.
You just gave us a double standard?
No way.
No, I say that's.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's not a double standard.
Well, why not?
Because they coming at your women every day, all day.
But we stop it. The problem
every day, all day.
Listen,
y'all can still stop it,
but men don't stop it
because they don't come every day, all day. We don't get Christmas every day. Oh my God. We don't feel like kings. How you make your man feel like a king every day? That does not happen all the time. So when we get that, and get a little bit of extras. If we get, because yo, I think
I
the
gotta turn my
average,
seat all the way around
the
for this,
average,
because you know what you mean extra.
it's a lot of women who get like an average of 3 good morning beautifuls in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all get. Good morning beautiful. That's why you say like that. Y'all get an average of 3 good morning beautifuls every day. Guys do not get that. So if we getting some extra attention, you know, we might slide to get the extra attention. I ain't talking about myself. I'm cooling. But I'm just saying, it happens. Y'all better protect y'all trophy out there.
But you know what? I look at that as protecting. Not just I had to do that because he wasn't.
No, you from St. Nick.
Come on and talk about it.
Like, why you gonna try to talk about him? Like, no, you was just on it. Every woman's on it. We can't say nothing about no woman. Y'all are the best eye spies on the world. That's what y'all do.
No, because here's the thing.
You said no?
I don't have a problem with him talking about another woman. Never. One thing
yes, hold up. Yes, you do when it's on the show. Well, hold up. Let's run down the resume. Come on, Lisa. She was there, right?
Willie, where were you?
Willie was there. Willie, he has his show.
Oh,
that
in
people
Texas,
know.
Yeah.
CBS on the radio and all that. And now they saying on the God and everything they praying, and you are at home listening. What? You don't have a problem with it? Yes, you do.
No,
you are from St. Nick.
I'm listening because I was supporting.
Beautiful, supportive. You go, girl. Black women rock. No, you was listening because you don't play that. At all. No games. This your husband. I don't. What? Look, y'all better not be holding hands with prayer. Oh, y'all got your eyes closed? Y'all turned into what page? No, you was not trying to hear that.
He was around women all the time. He's been in the industry. That don't bother me. First of all, and I'm gonna tell you
it does stick and resonate in your mind. Don't say it don't bother you. It sticks in your mind. We try to ignore it because we try to ignore it, but it's there.
Why would somebody be texting another married man at 5 o'clock in the morning? You can't wait till 7 when the sun is up?
No, not when it came.
No, she didn't want to wait till the sun was up. She wanted to wait till he was up.
He said turn to Matthews. When you say turn to Matthews, it's a different type of love.
Or turn
which should come from the wife.
No, he's the closest to God. To her, that you go through him.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's why.
But you ain't gonna get through. You ain't gonna get through my husband at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's when you gotta lay them hands, them holy hands on.
I was ready, and he picked up the
same
paper.
I think it happened in that situation.
Oh, look at this on Facebook. They're saying she was out of line. They're saying on Facebook that she was out of line.
No, she was.
Go ahead, Will.
I think what happened in that situation, Dwayne did not set he didn't put a stop to it in the very beginning.
Right.
And what happens is sometimes men think it's just a friendly thing, and and sometimes they forget in situations when there are other females involved, even though there's probably nothing there for them. The woman, the other person, the third party that's being the one that's there, they have motive.
Yes.
And some men can be blinded by that and not recognize that this third party has motive because she's trying to figure out how she can get attention from him.
Right, because she was single, Will. She was single.
By giving him what she's not getting at home. But the reality is he's getting it at home. He just don't recognize what she's doing. He didn't figure out that that's where she was going. But you as a woman, because as a woman intuition, black women at that, we recognize game one-on-one off the top because we know what we've done before.
Because y'all get good morning beautifuls 3 times more than us. We're not used to that.
But see,
but here's the deal though. The one thing about it is if Dwayne had told her at the very beginning.
Say it when I asked.
Relationship a little bit more, as my husband do. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna use this because my husband let me be a part of his conversation when I'm not around at all times. Regardless who he is speaking with, he's let them know who I am. They don't cross the line with him because he lets them know up front. So that's the missing piece to some of those situations. And every man isn't like that. This just happened to be a situation where Dwayne didn't realize that he needed to let her know that because he thought it was a safe space. And it wasn't. Tiffany recognized it because she can hear it in the conversation on the air, and she was trying to figure out, okay, where she's going with this. But my husband is not seeing this. He saw it as a friendly gesture with scripture and prayer and all of that. But she had motive. Any way she can get him, she was going to try. I know he likes scripture. Oh, I'm going to send him some Yolanda Adams. Let me go ahead and give him a scripture on this and read this and pray for him on that. Mm-hmm. That was a thing that got to Dwayne because the type of person that he was a spiritual man. He enjoyed and he was attracted to, let's just be clear, Tim, you know this.
I know.
He was attracted women that were worshipers, that knew the word, that were connected with God and had these relationships. That's when a man that's in that type of setting, or even, as I would tell Tiffany, the person for her will be the person that's just as anointed as her or more. It's going to take the right person for her. It just can't take anyone just to be with Tiffany. Let me just be clear with that. And if anybody knows Tiffany the way I know Tiffany, she just can't be with just anybody. And if you think you can try to be with her, you got another thing coming. You have to be ready for a woman like that. She is truly a first lady, and it's not necessarily meaning the cliche or the saying first lady of a church. She is a first lady. Ooh, she is that, and she walks with that on a day-to-day basis. She carry her.
I got a question. Does your husband let him know she has a tracker on my phone and she will pop you? She has a license to shoot. Is that what? Because I just want to know what he says to make them stop. Like this, he's like, yo, she has a tracker, my locations and my passcodes, and she got one of them things on a 45, 22. What? Because that might stop.
Once he says my wife, and they really is about his wife, they don't even try.
So you don't have a strap. We in Texas, right?
With that, by saying it's
you in Texas.
So we don't have a strap. I just want to.
I don't have to do all of that. I don't have to because I trust him.
You answer the question.
Those relationships why I didn't trust him, and I've grown from that. God grew me in a position to where I was able to see what He really had for me. This is where He put me, and this is where I am, and I'm grateful for that. And my husband is amazing. He is amazing.
That's a real marriage. Because
listen,
she will pop you. That's what she was saying without saying it. She's like, yeah, it's tucked under the.
Now,
data, I don't play.
Don't get it. I am a Louisiana girl, and I'll bring it if I have to. I will bring it.
You ain't say that in the beginning. All you had to do is say Louisiana. That's all you had to say.
All day. But don't get twisted. You can try me if you want.
No. See, this I was waiting for that to come out. She was on Genesis. I was waiting for you can try me if you want. I was waiting for you to get to the cash money 9 out of 2,000. I was waiting for that. It can't. Look at God. That's all I was waiting for. That's all I was waiting for.
Willie is, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you something, Lace. Will is just
thorough. She is thorough.
Yeah, she's thorough, and she has been. Willie and I have both just always been through the same thing at the same time before she got married with relationships. So she knows me like in and out. I know her in and out. We've always been each other's cheerleader. I've never been jealous of Willie. Never, when she got
because y'all both fly. Fly women, y'all was about to get real humble just now. Like, what you about to go to? You about to get humble. No, y'all both fly. Y'all both got your nails. And fly women like fly women. Y'all real recognize real fast. That's what happens.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
That's what happens.
Real, and the thing is, you don't have to ante up on no other chick when you know who you are. Straight up. I've never tried to son on Willie. Never tried to be, you know what, let me see. Okay, Willie looked like this today. Let me see if I could go back in the house. Willie got her own style. She know I got mine. Willie overdo in one area. I'll overdo in another. You know what I'm saying? But we love. And the thing is, in the midst of loving, both of us have gotten burnt bad. And in the same breath have bounced back. And so
Louisiana like bounce music. That's what
that's what it is. That bounce music. And get it. Look at us.
Yo, wait, I'm trying to tell you. Trying to tell you.
You know, and she's my girl. Will tell you.
She can gangster walk.
I'm sure she can. I'm done with her. Willie is a hot mess. You hear me? She's a real one.
No doubt.
She's a real one. And I think that a lot of times good women like Will can get misconstrued. And then there's this stigma that there's no real women out there because there's been trifling women, like the single one, trying to get with the married man. Or there's married women that's miserable in their marriage that's trying to get with a married man. Or there's just married men that's trying to get with a single woman because at the end of the day, they realize that they shouldn't have gotten married. Will and I talked about, was it me and you, Will? Talking about, it was me and Shanique, my girl Shanique in Detroit. You know, you talk about my besties. I got besties in like different states, right? So Neek was talking today, and we were talking about relationships and about completion, complimenting. She said, you know what? You could be in a relationship and you can compliment each other. I said, yeah, but just because you compliment each other don't mean that you complete each other. There's two totally different things. Anybody could compliment. A compliment is easy. Just if Norm was here and you got on black, if Norm come back and got on a black shirt, there's a compliment. Doesn't mean that they complete. You know, at the end of the day, as homies.
Don't try to separate us as black men. Like, you better use Bert and Ernie. Like, don't be trying to come for us. Like,
use Bert and Ernie.
It's the general right there.
Right, Tracy. No competition. Don't nobody have time for that. And Willie will tell you, I would walk. I'm telling you, I used to go to Walmart in heels. I knew who I was when I got up in the morning. I've never been one of those that have to worry about, who that chick? Because I will walk. You know, I walk through. You know what I'm saying? I walk through. But what I'm not going to do is sit back and see something. Now, I'm going to make y'all laugh at something.
You're making me laugh right now because we know what Walmart is in the South. We coming from up top. We like, yo, where they at? Yo, we about to go to Walmart. I'm trying to tell you right now. They in Walmart.
Oh, and it was bad. My girl,
so you know what? That's why, because somebody else watching from up top, like, she's with the Walmart. Like, we're not talking about Walmart Piscataway, Walmart and Watchung. Yo, Walmart in the South, they are there.
I promise you,
competition is real.
It's bad. And you're right because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Will, do you remember Simone used to always
let them know. Cause they was like, oh, she's with the Walmart in Hills. She didn't know. She knows when she goes to Walmart with them heels on because they are at Walmart, and the guys are at Walmart, and it goes down at the Walmart.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Simone used to always say every time I go to Walmart, girl, who number you get today at Walmart? I'm like, listen, I didn't accept it because I'm not in that zone today. You know. I'm not in that zone. But it was so funny. Girl, every time you go to Walmart, you come back with a number. But it was just funny. You know, I could joke about it now. It's hilarious. But I just love a heel. I will walk around a house in a heel just because I just love heels. But I kept myself up. And we talked about upkeep a couple of weeks ago. I had no reason for this chick to be entertaining anything that was attached to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that why are men scared to shut down women if they have an inkling that another woman is hitting on them? Why can't they just be like, I'm good?
We don't get enough good morning beautifuls. That's why.
That means you have the wrong circle.
That ain't me. I'm just speaking for, them other ones, I'm cool.
Yeah, I was directly speaking to you, but that
means...
Oh,
no. Why? Look, I'm a single man. I can get all the good morning beautifuls I need in life, I am good. Let me just say that if we talk about me. I'm a single man. But I just know men, sometimes we're not being satisfied in one way, shape, or form. We're not getting enough of them good morning beautifuls. And all that means is just we don't receive the attention as much as women. The women receive attention so much. They're groomed. They're used to being able to shut it down. We don't get it as much. So
is that why men are scared to lock it down? I'm still confused as to why men are scared to lock it down.
I mean, that's a whole gang full of theories. Sometimes you lock it down, they stop respecting you. That happens too. So it's like, we locked it down for this? For you to say, you trifling? You only mate? Yo, the disrespect comes heavier from the women. I always say, if I didn't say it on the last one, I'm gonna say it again. I ask people, like, in your house, you got a man. Have you ever, for all my men who are watching, Y'all could chime in. Have you been disrespected more by a white racist cop
Ooh.
or a black woman?
Ooh. Jesus. That's hard.
A white racist cop or a black woman? Y'all sit on that one right there. So that's why we ain't ready to hurry up and do that. Y'all women think about that. But guess who ain't going to jail for hitting a white racist cop? But who going to jail for hitting the black woman? Y'all better not hit none of these women out there. Let me say that. But disrespect is disrespect. Who have you been disrespected more about? So that's to answer that question a little bit.
And lots of times, hurt people. So because of those situations, most women have experienced hurt, or they're lacking. You know that we live in a world to where we grew up in single parent homes, and sometimes with females in those situations, when the father is absent, it's harder to get out and just really accept most men for who they really are, because we're longing for that love from our fathers. So we'll try to get into the street of being connected with any man that will accept us, whether it's good or bad. And it's mental, and some of it stem from childhood and situations that they've been in. It's something that you have to either want to get healed from, to get better, so you can know how to treat this person that's really truly loving you, so you can give him that same type of love. Or it's a situation to where you just really need to take care of yourself and do self-care for you, dealing with this identity crisis that you have not faced face to face in a mirror. Because as women, I lost my father when I was in the 8th grade, but my mom was strong. However, I had strong uncles. And so watching my uncles and their marriages and giving the example of how Black men treat women, I was able to see that, you know what, I never heard any of my uncles raise their voices at any of my aunts. I've never seen situations like that. I've never seen, situations where they felt like they were they were uncomfortable in the setting with a group of people, or even me spending the night and watching them in their private life. They had some amazing relationships, and seeing that, I'm able to be who I am today. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And most women need to recognize a lot of that stuff. We don't want to recognize it. Nothing's wrong with us. I don't have mental issues, or, I know how to handle this, and he was just a joker, or he was just this. No, seriously, you're putting him in a position of where he's going to react.
Well, but you've seen, I'm having a candid moment.
I'm about to get you.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, you know what? We're going to have to do this next week. Will you available next week? Hey, Nora.
Joe.
Hey, Nora.
I'm just going to put it out there, General. She was trying to separate us as men. Like, if it was you and the General wearing black, like, what? Don't try to.
Will, I need you next week. Because I was about to say something, and maybe God didn't want me to say it. Because I would have put out too much. I'll tell you. I'll tell Norm. I'll tell Fat Lace. But maybe he just don't want me to say it right now. Because something that was just said, and I'm going to leave it here, and we can pick it up next week. Something that was said was it you that said it? That the men, after getting in a relationship, the women, like this. It's not always like that. It really, I'm just convinced that.
I ain't go like this. Like, what you talking about? I don't look like one of these.
I'm not saying
turn me
like
to
that.
A puppeteer. That's what you said.
Not saying that. I'm saying from the strength of it. You know how we try to compare? I think it goes.
I know a woman
ways.
that dunked before. A basketball, 10-foot rim. That's rare.
That's rare.
I hear what you're saying. That's rare.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of. Is it rarity? Is that the word?
I don't know what the word is. I just know y'all. The general about to get you. That's all
I'm
I
about
know.
to leave. So listen, I don't want Norm. Norm, do you want to come say hi to everybody? Willie, Norm says hi. Listen, we gonna pick this up next week because Lexi says, let me come back next week. This was good. Yeah, we gonna pick this up next week. Are you around next Tuesday?
I should be.
Do you mind if my husband chime in as well?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'll be for next week. Absolutely. Let's
Yeah.
get him on. Let's get brother-in-law on. So,
Next time, turn the camera the long way.
oh, he said next time turn. So when when the husband is on, turn the camera the long way, or just in general?
In general, but when the husband's on.
He said, yeah, you heard him. All right, Will. I love you. Thank you guys so much for staying out with your girl. I need some Starbucks. I hope you guys have an amazing evening. Thank you. Y'all get home safely. Will is already home chilling, doing what she does. I'm about to be out. I'm going to find a Starbucks. Y'all get home safely.
Ain't no Starbucks open.